brothers and sisters, we're following the situation that's developed in Gaza and the Middle East as a whole. But historically, you have to understand, this land, particularly the blessed land of Sham, has seen so much trial and tribulation. If you go back to the time when it was first conquered by the armies of Khalid bin Walid, and then we had the Crusades taking the Holy Land, and then we had the time of Salahuddin Ayyubi and reconquering of these lands. This particular place I'm sitting in right now, major battles took place here because this is a strategic land. It's a very high point. And now, subhanAllah, we've sleepwalked our way into a status quo where, without realizing, the Crusaders have really reconquered the Holy Lands, the most holiest of sites, without realizing it, are no longer in the hands of the true believers or the Muslims. How is it that we've been watching for the last 6-7 months our Muslim brothers and sisters being slaughtered, and none of these countries in the Middle East are able to do anything? Why? Because these lands, unfortunately, whether you realize it or not, are no longer in the hands of Muslims. They're not calling the shots anymore. So without realizing, our generations have sleepwalked into an era where all of our Muslim lands have been conquered. And subhanAllah, this is a build-up to the Malhama Kubra, the bigger conflict that will take place between good and evil, the Armageddon, or whatever you want to call it. A time when we will have Isa alayhi salam coming and helping us. A time where we'll have Imam Mahdi on our side, and on the other side we'll have Dajjal. So my brothers and sisters, if you're following the signs and you're following the situation, you should be alert to that point. And you have to ask yourself a very important question. Which side of the conflict are you really on? Where are you standing right now? Where are you going to be when the line is drawn? So really ponder about this, because things are heating up right now. And subhanAllah, you know, a lot of people ask me why I made hijrah to this blessed land. It's because when I was studying the deen, about 15 years ago, or 20 years ago now, subhanAllah, and I came across this knowledge of the Malhama Kubra, I asked myself, which side am I going to be on? And subhanAllah, I found myself sitting in the UK, sitting in London, and I feared that I would end up on the wrong side. And I made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow me to be on the right side. And now, by the permission of Allah, I'm standing on this blessed land, waiting for Isa alayhi salam, waiting for Imam Mahdi to come and help us. Help us with all this evil and oppression we see. So, when we choose to make hijrah, when we choose to make some change in our life, we should factor these things. Because really, my brothers and sisters, when you analyze the Middle East right now, majority of it is no longer in the hands of Muslims. And it's only small pockets like this that are still resisting this occupation by these evil forces. So my brothers and sisters, follow the situation, because things are intensifying. The signs are becoming more clear. The end of times is near. And ask yourself, which side are you really on? Jazakallah.